So today we are looking at the OpenMandriva 24.07. So here is the boot menu. So let's quickly boot. So here are some of the options in the boot menu. You can choose whatever you want, like the language selection and the keyboard layout and the troubleshooting also. So let's quickly boot it in a live boot. So I'm running it on a virtual machine, which is a VMware with 60 GB of hard disk, 8 GB of RAM, and my CPU is i5 1240p. So I'm going to mention how much of time it took to boot up until the desktop layout. So let's wait. Usually it will take like 2 minutes in my laptop, but let's see how much of time it takes. So here we have the welcome screen. It took just like 30 to 40 seconds. That's it. So it was pretty quick. So let's first change the display setting and go to their official website and get all the information. So here is the version, which is 24.07, and let's first change my resolution. It's 1920 into 1080 with a 16:9 ratio. Let's apply and keep this. Let's go to the about system. So OpenMandriva ROM 24.07, and the version of a KDE Plasma is a 6.1.1. The frameworks version is a 6.3.0, and the Qt version is 6.7.2, and the kernel version you get is 6.9.7. and here is some of the information. Graphics platform is a Wayland, and here is my CPU information, CPU, RAM, all those things. So it says manufacturer as VMware because I'm using it as on a VMware, or the virtualization, you can call it like that. So here are all the information or the welcome screen of OpenMandriva. Here are the features, the kernel, the desktop environment, the office suite, software repository sector, update configuration, bug report tool, fresh packages, ABF, automated build farm. So here you can configure like a system, hardware, software, the desktop, and the security. In the application, here are all the applications like a office suite, graphics, internet, browser, the multimedia, development, utility, education, kids, and games. Here are all those things. Here are the repositories, and if you want to contribute, you can contribute here. Let me close this thing and open the system monitor to see how much of resources it consumes. So I didn't open any of the applications or anything like that, just changed the display settings and we checked the welcome screen. That's it. We didn't open any of the application. So in the beginning, or when we started the Linux distro, this is the RAM, which is 1.3 GB of 7.7, which is 8 GB, and the disk and the CPU is here. So as you can see in the CPU, it's not pretty stable. It's almost up to 50% for some reason. As you can see, there is nothing running in the background, but there's some resources or process running here. And here is some of the information. Let's check the about KDE. So I feel like there is a bit of lag or something like that when I'm trying to click on something. So that's what I'm trying to understand. The system monitor 6.1.1. So this is a release candidate, so it's okay, because you don't need to try to install it on your main PC or work PC until it's stable. So that's the common thing you need to understand. Here is the history, and the graph doesn't seem pretty good, and network is good, and RAM is almost 1.4 GB. So let's go to the process and see what are all those things running. So taking a bit of time here. So these are all the things running, as you can see. So there is a bit of lag. So these are all the things. Let's keep the system monitor in the right side corner throughout the video, so you can see all the changes throughout the video. Let me keep it like this. So let's open the internet browser. Let's see what browser we get here. We get the Chromium web browser. We don't get the Firefox. I don't remember in the previous version whether they have like a Firefox, or maybe that's Chromium is the default browser of the OpenMandriva, because I don't properly remember anything about the OpenMandriva, because I make 2 videos daily without missing, so that's very hard to remember anything. So here is the install. As you can see, there is a bit of lag because of the Chromium web browser. Let's see the version we get here. About Chromium, the version you get is a 126.0 and point all those things, and the OpenMandriva 24.90 64-bit. So let's go to the official website. Let's cancel this. Let's open the new tab. So here we have the Google. Let's try the search term as the OpenMandriva. You just need to type in like that. I hope we get the official website. So here is the source code. We can get to the official website from here, because they will be provided the official website. Usually when we type like a search term of that Linux distro, the first link should be the official website, but in this case there is nothing. Here is the official website, which is openmandriva.org. I'm using a VPN, so that's the reason it's a bit of a delay there. So as you can see, the distro doesn't seem like a smooth transition or anything like that. There is a bit of a lag when I'm trying to scroll down. As you can see, there are some hiccups like that in the distro. Let's go to the news. And here is the release note. Let's open this. So the OpenMandriva ROM 24.07 release candidate. So again, remember, this is a release candidate. If you want to try it, you can try it on the virtual machine or live boot. But do remember, when you reboot or anything, if you anything saved like a files or anything in the live boot, all those things going to be erased. So don't save anything in the live boot. Just test it, and if you want, you can test it on the virtual machine by installing on the virtual disk. So don't try to install it on your main PC or work PC, because the beta version, development version, and release candidates are should be having like a bugs. So that's the common thing you need to understand. So here are some of the information. One of the most notable change is to switch to Plasma 6 as the default desktop environment. So ensure that Plasma 5 and 6 packages can coexist when necessary. So let's scroll it down and find some other features. ROM 24.07 and the upcoming OpenMandriva LX ROC 5.1 fixed point release will be last sets of install images. So you can read it on your own. I'm not going to read everything because it's going to make a video lengthy. So there is also the LXQT version. You can download it. I'm going to show you the downloading process also. We also offer spins featuring LXQT 2.0.0 and GNOME 46.2. And the first release of this lightweight desktop that has moved to Qt6. Let's scroll it down. And key highlight features and major changes. This is the main thing you need to read. So as you can see, the Plasma version changed to 6.1.1 and 5.27.11. The KDE applications you get is 24.05.1 and 23.08.5. And the KDE frameworks, which is 6.3.0 and 5.116. And the Qt version you get is 6.7.2 and 5.15.14. The kernel version 6.9.7, built with Clang 6.10.0 RC6, also available. The development tools: LLVM Clang 18.1.8, GCC 14.1.0, glibc 2.39, systemd 255.7, Mesa 24.1.2. And about the applications, the LibreOffice Suite 24.2.4 with Qt6 and Plasma 6 integration, and Chromium browser, which is 126, Firefox 127 and Falcon 24.05.1, a VirtualBox 7.0.18, Krita 5.2.3, GIMP, DigiCam. I'm going to show you everything instead of reading. So it's annoying for me even reading this. So let's try to get the files. You can directly download it from the source code. As soon as you click on the downloads, it's going to take directly to the source code instead of going to official website. Only go to the website to read the release notes. If you don't want, you can just download the ISO files from the source code. As you can see here, go to the files. You can try to type in like a OpenMandriva in the search here. Let me show you. Like this. And you should be getting the first link here. You can just click on that and you should be good with the ISO files. So here is the release. Go to the ROM. Scroll it down like this. 24.7, which is 18 hours ago. Almost 221 downloads. Wait it until the ISO files are loaded. Here are all the available desktop environments: LXQT, LXQT Zenware, a GNOME, and the Plasma. So just download the Plasma version. Or whatever the version you want, LXQT, GNOME, whatever you want, you can download that. Wait until it's completed. It takes like 5 seconds and the downloads will be triggered. As you can see, let's see the file size. So it's a 2.8 GB. It mentioned as 3 GB in there because 1024 MB is 1 GB. You already know all those things, so it's a waste of time to even discuss about that. So here is the OpenMandriva links, downloads, get involved, all the information from the website. So let's close the web browser and get some information here from the console. Let's open the console, which is a terminal in the KDE Plasma. So let's make it bigger so you can see all those things. Let's check the version about the console, 24.05.1. And let's check about the KDE. Here is the KDE. Let me type in INXI. So here is the CPU, kernel, storage information. I'm not going to read everything because it's going to make a video lengthy. Let's just type in and just pause the video and read everything on your own. INXI-b. Here is the information of the system, desktop, machine, CPU, graphics, network, drives, all those things. Let me type in another command. INXI-F. Here is the information. INXI-G. rat/etc/issue. Fetch. INXI-SV8. So you pretty much got all the distro information here. What are all those changes is available here. just the applications only is due. So I'm going to show the applications versions, and you're good with all the changes and all those things which is available in the OpenMandriva 24.07. So let's close it. If you want, you can try the headstop. Here is the headstop. Remember, this is a live boot. I didn't install it on my virtual machine. So the RAM will be more or less like a 200-300 MB difference. That's it. There will be no major changes in that. So here is the about. The most of the cases the installation will be good in the Linux, almost like a 90%. And I'm talking about the known Linux distros, not about the random Linux distros. The known Linux distros will be like almost 90 to 95% times the installation will be going good. Only sometimes if you have like if you downloaded the beta version or the development version or like release candidate versions, ISO files, sometimes they have bugs. Most of the time it will be good. So it's always a good idea to test it on your virtual disk or live boot, then go with the installation. Even if it's a stable ISO file, just wait for 2-3 days and then go with the installation if you have like a work PC or main PC. So after watching like a 5 to 6 videos of different channels, then go with the installation, because it's your PC. If anything goes wrong, you should be suffering. So that's the reason I'm going to say that. Not even follow my videos, just watch the videos like a 5 to 6 videos of different channels and then go with the installation. So let's go to the installation process. Here we have the Calamares 3.3.7 for OpenMandriva LX 24.07 ROM. So here is the welcome screen or the language selection. There are plenty of languages available. So if you are a pro user, you already know how to install. You don't need my explanation. So click on next. Here is the location. Choose your location. You can choose the drop down menu here. So if you are a normal user or a new user, it's better to watch another channel of installing process in the Linux of Linux in the hard disk or a virtual disk, because I don't remember what video I made or what video I installed on the hard disk. Most of the cases I'll be testing on the live boot, so that's the reason it's a good option. Go check other videos if you want to install. Not only my channel, just check like a 5 to 6 channels and then go with the installation if you want. So this is a release candidate. Try to install it on your virtual disk. So click on next. After choosing location, choose your keyboard. I'm choosing the default one, English United States default. Next, choose the partition. So that's the reason I said watch like a 5 to 6 videos. You need to know what you're doing here. Choose your hard disk carefully. Choose your options like a single boot or a dual boot options. Here are other options to select. If you want encrypt, provide the passwords, which should be same. Here is the bootloader location. If you want, you can do that now or you can do that later. After doing everything, click on next. You need to provide your username, password, all those things. Let's do it right now. 9to5 Linux, the name. Unboxing for the login. What is the name of the computer? Let me keep it like that. Password. Choosing the simple password for the sake of the video, because I didn't want to install, so it's okay. So if everything is going good, you should be seeing tick mark here. Click on next. Here is the summary of whatever you choose in the previous steps of installation. So if everything is going good, click on install. It's going to take like a 15 to 20 minutes, depends on your PC. If you have like a good PC, it should be very quick. If you have like a low-end PC, it should be a bit of slow. I don't properly remember the system requirements of the OpenMandriva. So it's a 2024. It's always a good option to have like a 4 GB of RAM, and you should be having like a i3 or i5 CPU. If you have like a i5, that's pretty much you're going to run every Linux distro. Even if you have like a i3, it's going to be running all those things. But if you have like a 2 GB of RAM, 1 GB of RAM, or the older CPUs like 4th gen, 3rd gen CPUs, it should be more or less working, or no, I don't properly know. So that's the reason you need to test it on your own. So after the installation, you should be good with the operating system which should be running on your virtual disk. If you choose the live boot, then you should be good running live boot. So this was the installation process. Let's go to the applications and see what are all the changes here. So on the games, you get some card games. Let me first show all the applications available for the OpenMandriva. On the graphics, you get Gwenview. Don't get anything like Inkscape or any Blender, all those things. You just get the basic things. On the internet side, you get aggregator. So here is the Chrome web browser, some KDE applications, all the KDE applications, and the Telegram desktop and the NeoChat. Here are some of the more applications. Multimedia, you get Kden Live, MPV Media Player, QVM Play 2, and Voco Screen NG. I don't properly remember what it is. So on the Office suite, you get the LibreOffice and Ockler, some basic KDE applications. Here are some applications. Settings, system, you get all the information. Utilities, so basically you don't get anything here, you just need to install it on your own. So I can't even run that stress test which I usually do in every Linux distro. Like I open the random applications which consumes resources. Like I open maybe 15 to 20 applications to see whether the distro will crash or get any bugs or anything like that, in order to see whether the distro will handle the day-to-day tasks. So that's the reason I open like 10 to 15 applications which consumes a lot of resources. But in this case, you don't have that applications. You just get the Chrome web browser, a file manager, some basic things which doesn't consume that much of resources. But Chrome does consume the lot of resources. Let's try to test whatever we have here. Let's open like 10 to 15 applications and see whether it will have any lag or anything like that. The distro basically has a bit of milliseconds lag, so I don't know how it performs when we open all the applications. So as you can see, there was some like a crazy freeze here. Let's open Krita. On the internet, we have like let's open NeoChat also. On the multimedia, let's open Kden Live. So there are like 3 or 4 applications which consumes a bit of resources, so we can test it with that. Let's open LibreOffice also. On the utilities, we don't have anything here, I guess. Let's open Kate text editor. On the system, what we have here, let's even open the Discover. Let's try something else here on the Office. Gmail. Keep an eye on the CPU, it's almost 98% just for opening some of the applications. And the RAM is almost like 2.4 GB. There is like a minor lag and the CPU went up to 100%. So it's going to change after all the applications are opened, so you don't need to judge it on the CPU when there is applications opening in the background. So let's wait until all those things are opened. Let's open Kget. I think we are good with the applications. We don't have anything here, so that's the reason. So there was a light lag. It took like 2 to 3 seconds to open the application menu or the grid. System settings. Let's get back to the system monitor. System monitor not responding. So the CPU was not even stable from the beginning.